Hi Aquarius, my sun sign brothers and sisters, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. So my ascendant brothers and sisters, if you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And if you are not on my mailing list, which is also in the description box below, you're not getting the Monday Magic Tarot Tidbit, which is a motivational message email from me to get you fired up to show the week who is boss. Right. I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help us on our paths to our highest vibrational good. So let's have a look, see what the week ahead has in store for us. All right, what is going on? And this week we get the Strength card as our Destiny card. Interestingly enough, Capricorn had this same card in this same position, and I feel like the message is actually very similar. What is it that you want at your heart and soul level, right? What is it that you want in the core of your being? This is the question that you're asking yourself this week. Now, our ruler, Uranus, is in Taurus and is currently retrograde, which could be firing up lots of different ideas, but lots of old ideas. And with the Strength card in the Destiny sector, this is basically saying to you, what are those long forgotten dreams? What are those moments that you had when you were younger? Maybe when you were a kid, maybe you were a teenager, maybe even just last year. What are those things in your past that really got you fired up about life and said, you know what, I want that? That thing that you wanted so deep in your heart, but you might have, you know, life might have got in the way and you might have forgotten it or said, yeah, I'll get round to that at some day. Well, this week, you're not going to be able to ignore it. It's almost like your heart is speaking up this week, Aquarius, and it's saying, you know what, I remember that dream and I'm not letting go of it. I remember that part of me and I'm not letting go of it. I'm not going to allow that part of me or that thing that I wanted, that I craved, you know, at one time or another. It's not a dream that's going away. It's just one that's maybe been buried for a while. And this week, I feel like it's coming to the surface in a really big way. It's kind of like that moment of if you don't listen to your heart when it purrs, it will start to roar at you. Much like a lion, right? And the Strength card represents Leo. So the direction, the Nine of Pentacles, right? The Nine of Pentacles is all about the finer, refined things of life, those things that we like to enjoy. It also represents skill and the effort that you put into something. This thing that's coming back, this old dream, could be something that you actually got very close to achieving, but gave up too soon to see the final result from it. The Nine of Pentacles is, you know, it's that last card before the 10, that moment before completion. The Strength card is what you want, that old dream, that old thing at the heart of you. And the Nine of Pentacles is basically saying that you put a lot of hard work, hard effort and determination into this thing, but you never quite saw it through. Well, this week, when it resurfaces, if you should so choose, and interestingly enough, we've got Jupiter in the, I've forgotten, I think it's in the, is it not the 11th? Yeah, we've got Jupiter in the 11th house, right? Which is all about your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. But because it's got that other energy behind it, this is like, I'm grinning like a Cheshire cat at the moment, because I've got this inkling of what it might be for me personally. So if I've got an inkling of what it means for me, I can imagine there's a lot of you smiling at the moment because you're like, oh crap, I know what he's talking about, damn it. No, you're not going to get away with it. And this week, if it surfaces, you will be able to have that, you'll have that moment, you'll have that glimpse of, wow, if I just carried on that little bit more, I actually would have succeeded. I was already there. Well, this week it comes back up, and not with a vengeance. It comes back up with all love and gusto, so that this time you can complete it. This time you can go for it. And whatever it's going to take you to see that through to completion is whatever it's going to have to take from you in order to give. All right, so the insight card, what's going on behind the scenes, or what ties this all together? And this week we get the Hierophant card. if you want to make something real, if there's an old dream, an old wish, an old idea or project that you are ready to make a reality, this is the time for you to go for it. And it, like I said, it doesn't have to be all of the big steps right here, right now, but it does require you to find that grit. The Hierophant is all about the status quo. It's the structures, it's the governments, it's, you know, the big governing bodies, but it's immovable. It's those things that have that permanence about them, or at least that seeming sense of permanence. Because let's face it, nothing in this life or this material reality is permanent. Even the rocks that form the mountains will one day perish, right? The Hierophant as the insight card is basically saying you are so much closer than you realise at this moment in time. And even with picking this thing back up and having to, you won't have to start from scratch. You'll just be able to pick it up, and it is going to take a while to materialise, but you are there, right? You've done 95% of the work. If you go back in this time and you set yourself with that determination and grit to say, I'm going to do whatever it takes, I promise you, before the year is out, you will have seen a result that you never thought you would be able to see in your life. So, I know what this represents for me. Do you know what I'm talking about when it comes to you? If so, and it's not too personal, let me know in the comments. Take care. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff, and I will see you soon.